fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week.
Let's go.
The money line. We're live doing UFC Vegas 97. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy, Mike. Who the fuck is that?
Mike is not
Who
here,
the
guys.
fuck is this guy?
I'm replacing Mike Finch.
We got Mike Finch's Indian brother. We got Pick'em MMA, my boy, stepping in to the big shoes. I love Pick'em, bro. Pick'em's my guy. He's been a subscriber for years. He started his channel out. He asked for some advice early on. He took it like a savage, and now he's blowing up his own channel. So, of course, I got to bring my boy on. Pick'em, I'm excited.
This is fucking awesome, guys. This is awesome. Money on the Monday, bro. I've been watching you guys for like so long, and back when I was in, I think you were like 3K subscribers, so like come a long way, bro. So let's go.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're an OG of OGs, and I don't think there's a better guy to bring on than you. Real quick, Contender Series just happened. Bro, I know you were
crazy upsets,
Holy
upsets.
Shit,
Canada, bro. Canada can't catch a break. I mean, like,
what's going on with your country, Pick'em? You guys are, bro, I don't know. What
Indians fighters, Canadian fighters, just fade them all. Like, fade them all. Like,
said by the Canadian Indian, he says, fade them all.
It's the honest truth.
I respect it. I respected the honesty.
Shannon Kirk just got buried 10 feet under. I mean, that was, I don't know what our game plan was. Like, what was he doing out there?
Fucking, I don't know. I mean, Jesus, bum rush, get chinned, call it a fucking wrap. But you know what? Main event was good. KO, bro. I picked KO.
I knew you picked KO. That was a great pick on KO, man. Like, that guy looked phenomenal out there. Igor just looked like he didn't fight anyone in short. No. So he wasn't fighting anyone real out there.
When you were doing film for Contender Series, did you find one full fight of Igor or just a highlight reel?
It was just, I found like a couple of fights. It was like in someone's garage. KO wasn't fighting, like he was fighting actual people that were out there fighting. So I was like, I picked Igor because I was like, maybe you can go out there and start him early. But I said in my breakdown that if he doesn't get him out of there early, we don't know what this guy looks like in the second minute in the first round. We haven't seen it. He's only been the second minute in the first round, like one time in his whole career. He's been finishing everyone pretty early. He's been fighting taxi drivers out there. So it showed that he's not really a fighter yet. I mean, he can probably improve. I mean, can maybe come back, get another shot on Contender Series, but for now, I don't think he's ready right now.
Dana White shit on him. Did you hear what Dana said?
I didn't stay around. I went to go get
Dana
food
White
after.
said he talked shit. He said he got broke and he said maybe he doesn't want to be a fighter type shit. I was like, damn, he said that about Max Rushkoff back in the day. So I don't know. Maybe Cavalcante's getting no chance.
Cavalcante, maybe you might bring him on again. Maybe like, I mean, PFO, like all these other promos. You see Nate Maness got signed to BKFC recently? Like,
I saw that today. I don't even know, man. I'm kind of disappointed about that.
Yeah, why would the UFC let him go? Like, I don't know what's going on with these guys in UFC.
I don't get it. Listen, Pick'em, we can talk Contender Series all day long. We can bullshit and banter about that. There was some nice upsets. If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest you watch. But we do want to break down UFC Vegas 97, which is going down this Saturday. So thank you, Pick'em, for being here. Mike Finch's twin brother in the house. You know, he's been tanning a little bit.
Finchman's Indian brother here, saving money on a Monday.
Let's go, Mike Finch Patel. Let's fucking jump into it, my man. First fight on the card, we got Ramaska versus Nathan Fletcher. I don't even want to say his name, Zigamaska. I feel like I kill it every time.
Gigamantis, I think.
Gigamunta, whatever. His first name's, you know, it's irrelevant here. All right, so my pick for this fight is going to be Fletcher. I believe we have to be a little worried about that staph infection from last week. But when I look at Ramaska, I say, okay, yes, he's a dangerous striker, but he's hittable. He's very upright. There's shots that can come through. He seems like a guy that's going to be on the bottom of Fletcher. Fletcher's a good wrestler, and I know that he lost to Ofli on that damn Ultimate Fighter, but he broke his fibula. He came into that fight injured. Granted, it didn't age well because Santos made Ofli look like he should never touch the UFC. But when I think about this fight, I think Fletcher is going to be consistent with takedowns and pressure. I do think he's going to have good positions on the ground, and I think he can control Ramaska, and he's live to potentially strangle him. He might get a sub, so I'm going to go with Fletcher, man. What are you thinking, Pick'em?
I'm not on the same side, man. I'm
I
not
wanna
really
hear it.
that high on these Cage Warrior guys. I mean, we've seen it just today, right? Will
Right.
Curry, what happened to Will Curry, man? He just
Look like
forgot
shit.
how to fight.
Yeah.
A lot of these Cage Warrior guys, I mean, there's some guys that are looking good out there in the UFC, but Nathan Fletcher, he couldn't get Dominic Whitting out of there, and he looked pretty tired in the third round, got KO'd. And the Dominic Whitting is not a really good. I think he's probably live to submit him early, but I'm gonna go with the dog here. Not a lot of
Alright.
underdogs I'm picking on this card, but I'm gonna go with their Ramaska. I think I like it. I like how tough he is, man. Like seeing that fight on Ultimate Fighter, like this guy, he got dropped early, came back and still won that fight. He's gonna be the better striker out there, so I'm gonna go with the dog here, but not crazy confident. I don't even know. I haven't even bet him yet, so I don't know. But I think
You like him as a pick, but yeah, you're not feeling it 100%, which I don't blame you. Because how good is Ramaska?
He had a face surgery recently. I think it's facial fractures recently. So they've both been dealing with some stuff out there. His takedown defense is okay. I mean, like he does get taken down. I've seen him get taken down out there, but he's not really settling on bottom. This is probably the best grappler that he's going to be fighting in his whole career. But Nathan Fletcher is a former bantamweight, or yeah, he's a former bantamweight, right? So
you want me to double check that?
Yeah, he's a former bantamweight. He used to fight at bantamweight 135.
Well, you know what, man? We'll see if he can hold him down. I get what you're saying with Ramaska because I like his stand-up. And you do have a point. These fucking guys from Cage Warriors, man. Cage Warriors is the fucking Canville, bro. These guys tend to be scrubs. Like it's no diss, but it's true.
LFA's got better fighters than Cage Warriors right now. It's crazy, right?
Wait, what'd you say is better? LFA?
I mean, Shannon Ross, but that didn't really age well.
Yeah, Eternal
LFA,
MMA.
Cage Warriors. I mean, like these other, Eternal MMA look better out there. I mean, their guy looked better out there than LFA and Cage Warriors tonight.
Dude, at this point, Lights Out is better. The fucking Lights Out. Yo, shout out Card House 1904 for the 10. I hit 2K Parlay Contender Series with you, AJ, my guy. Card House 1904 W for you, my man. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. And that makes sense. It's money. We're leading us into the odds. So, yes, we know Ramaska. Ziggy Matas is a dog at plus 120. Nathan Fletcher is minus 140. I'm picking Fletcher, but, you know, I get where Pickham's coming from on Ramaska. I'm not saying that Fletcher is lock of the month or anything like that. Over 1.5 is live. I could see this.
Over 1.5 was plus money. Last time they opened the lines, it was plus 100. This time it's minus 165 now, so I wouldn't play that over anymore.
You don't like it as much.
I was gonna play it on the first couple weeks ago. I mean, 2 weeks. I think that's 2 weeks ago now. So it was plus 100 over 1.5 rounds. So now this time, I guess they've seen a lot of money coming in, so they're like, we're gonna open the overs at negative EV. So
yeah, it was minus 200 for the over at open. Now
this time, okay,
a little bit. Yeah, so it was wide. I'm thinking this fight here, prospect fight. You know, they were on the Ultimate Fighter, but they haven't fought elite opposition. Let it play out. We'll see who takes it home. Me and Pick'em starting it off with a disagreement. He's got Ramaska. I got Fletcher. It should be an interesting fight. Let's keep running. Let's jump to the next fight. Our next fight on the card, we got André Petroski versus Dylan Budka. You got to go André Petroski to win here in this fight against Dylan Budka. If he somehow sells against Dylan Budka, it's time to wrap it. Call it a career. Budka, to me, is a worse version of Petroski. He's a smothering wrestler who, yes, he's got good pressure against the cage. He'll hold you there, though. He doesn't really have a damage-based style. He has a control-based style. Say what you want. Petroski's hands a little meh. He is a southpaw. He's got some power. Heavy on top, dangerous grappling threat. I do believe he's more violent than Budka too, and I think he's better at jiu-jitsu. So I feel like he's live to submit a very fatigued Dylan Budka because I feel like Budka's gas tank is a big old question mark. So going Petroski. I think sub is live, man. What do you think, prop-wise?
Yeah, I'm on the same side here. I think Petroski should be better everywhere. He should be better in the wrestling. He's going to have more power on the feet. He took care of Gerald Mirchart, who's way more dangerous in the BJJ. I mean, than a guy like Dylan Budka. I mean, Dylan Budka has some wins in other fight, but not really over anyone that good. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Petroski. I think he probably finds a submission. He should be able to finish him. I mean, he wasn't really trying to finish Josh Frem. He had like really dominant positions out there. Wasn't really trying to like get a submission or like ground and pound. So I'm kind of worried about maybe he doesn't finish him. But Budka looked pretty terrible out there. He only had gas tank for like one round. I think this should be a Petroski all day. I think the UFC's throwing him a curveball here. They're throwing him an easy fight here. So Petroski, I think
a
I
little
still like
putt,
him at
man.
this line. Yeah, I think it's a good parlay piece. Petroski should be a good parlay piece here.
Minus 265 Petroski, Budka plus 225. What do you think? Petroski wins by submission. You're looking at plus 385. Does that intrigue you?
I'm not sure if he's gonna go for the finish. If
I
he's
know.
not finishing Josh Fremd, like I don't know, like this guy's probably I think he's a better wrestler than Josh Fremd. Like takedown defense probably gonna hold up early. Eventually, I think Petroski might drop him on the feet. I think Petroski's got some power on the feet. Dropped Gerald Mearshart in the second round. He looked pretty tired in the third round, but Gerald Mearshart has way better, more experience at the UFC level. Like he's got like how many fights in the UFC? I think he's got most submission wins, right?
Yeah.
Now like he passed Anderson Silva, I think, for the most submission wins at middleweight. So he's been in there with some dangerous dudes out there, like Gerald Mearshart. I mean, only determined this can. I mean, but whatever, still better than Budka. I mean, I think he should Petroski should have this one.
Yeah, I think
I like
so
him as a
too.
parlay piece more than the submission call. Well, I think
respect
submission
that,
call
yeah.
comes through.
Yeah, submission call is more of a risky D-Gem prop. I think to win, Petroski on the money line, but you're laying a lot of chalk. You're laying the chalk, as Johnny the Greek will tell you, or you're parlaying it up. I think Petroski should hit. I'm glad me and you agree on this one. I assume so.
Yeah, I'm
feel
not
like
picking
this is the high
Demopoulos. I didn't pick him in his debut either. Like he was actually looking pretty good in the first round, then completely he just quit out there. I mean, plain and simple, right? He just quit.
And he's taking on in that fight, right? A pure striker.
Yeah,
If
you can't grapple like a pure striker, I mean, you're not gonna take down Petroski out there. Like Petroski, like he's taken a couple of losses. I mean, to Jacob Mulcoon, who's a high level wrestler.
Yeah.
Michel Pereira, super dangerous. I mean, probably one of the most dangerous guys in the first round out there at this weight class. Should be Petroski all day. Even though like early, like before I watched tape on this fight, I was like Petroski minus 300, bro. I don't know. Like then I was watching tape and I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Makes a lot of sense for him to be
taking it home. He's taking it home. Petroski all day long to beat Dylan Budka. We're in agreement. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Jacqueline Amorim versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Pick them. Before we drop the pick, were either one of these ladies in your tier list for the best looking females in MMA?
I think one of them was Amorim. She was up there. I don't think did I put Demopoulos? I think I had both of them in the tier list. Yeah, there's so many I can't remember anymore. There's so many.
That's fair. Listen, we're gonna find out. We'll get you guys that info later. Pickham's he's got tier lists and all. He's dropping his rates, man. I like it. Amorim by submission live. But Demopoulos never been submitted.
Demopoulos, like she's you don't want to bet against stripper in Vegas. I mean, that's one thing I'll say. Fair. First of all, she keeps winning fights. He shouldn't be winning out there. Like it's crazy, man. It doesn't make sense. It happens every fight. I mean, she should have lost to that Japanese girl, right? Like what was her name? I can't remember her name anymore. Marotte, yeah. She got controlled for like 12 minutes and just won that fight off her back. I mean, won a unanimous decision, which is shocking. Yeah, the judges clearly love the stripper here. And
are you confident? Are you picking the stripper?
I'm not picking the stripper. I'm not picking her because I think she's terrible. I don't think she's good. Amorim might finish her. Demopoulos, the only time I've seen her get finished was in a grappling match against Klein with an armbar. So I could see Amorim snatching up armbar here.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm just worried about betting against Demopoulos though, because if this goes longer, man, she might win this fight off her back. I mean, if Amorim gasses, but Amorim should have power on the feet. She should be the better striker. Demopoulos striking look better against Ducote, but Ducote's 50-50, I think. I don't think she's that good. And that was a really close fight. Yeah. I'm taking Amorim as a pick. I think Amorim should be Amorim all day, but it's women's MMA, and the judges clearly love the Demopoulos side. So I don't know. Like it might be tricky if it goes longer.
I think this is my thought process. Amorim seems to be significantly better on the ground. She's got like a 10-inch reach advantage.
Yeah,
she's younger.
That's crazy.
She looks like she's got contendership potential. I know she lost to Sam Hughes, but she nearly submitted her in the first round. There was great moments, right?
Yeah.
So
Hughes is really tough, though. Hughes
is tough, tougher than Demopoulos. So I think Amorim should win. I think she is live to potentially get a sub. Now, as far as the odds, though, Amorim is a chalky favorite. 3-1 tag for Amorim at minus 300. Demop at plus 250. You got it over 2.5 at minus 210. Amorim by sub is plus 325 with a decision at minus 125. I feel like Amorim she'll really win. Like, I don't know. I can't see her losing this fight, but somehow she might fumble against Demopoulos. I don't understand how this would happen, but it might.
Demopoulos just throws a lot of shots out there. Like, doesn't really land anything clean. It's just like
No.
a lot of volume out there. She also makes that sound right when she's throwing shots out there. Like, kind of confuses judges.
That's
I
why
think
the judges root for. Yeah. She's making fucking sounds, bro. They're not. The punch is not landing.
It's
but
like
she
Caitlin
knows.
Chukagian. Caitlin Chukagian does the same thing, right? Caitlin
Yeah.
Chukagian. It's like
does
these
too.
girls.
Drives me crazy, to be honest. Please stop making sounds in there. I think Amorim.
I think she can win even by decision. She might be able to
Yeah.
backpack her for 3 rounds. I could see that.
Yeah.
And Demopoulos just doing enough just to not get subbed out there. So
If she loses, though, if Amorim loses, holy shit, depression, because her career is done at this point. You know, she's young. She's young, but I don't know. She's got upside. She's not losing to Demopoulos. We're both going Amorim. She should get the win. Minus 300. It's a women's fight, but it could be a parlay piece. She is live for a sub. Let's keep running. I'm glad we're agreeing. Next fight on the card, Gabriel Santos versus Yizha.
Gabriel Santos all day, bro. I'm not high on this Asian dude. Gabriel Santos is a high level prospect. I mean, I know he's lost 2 fights in a row, but come on, dude. Like, taking a short notice debut against Murphy in the UK. Look, should have won that fight. I watched the fight back, and I think he won that fight. He was actually landing better shots on the feet against Murphy, and Yizha, man.
Good.
Murphy's a contender right now. He's a contender.
Right. And Yizha, like, what do we think of Yizha? I feel like he's more of a smothering wrestler, pressure style. His hands are okay. I mean, he's not awful, but I don't know, man. He's got nearly 30 pro fights, and he just doesn't look that good. Like, I just feel like the prospect level, Santos has something special. Santos looks like somebody that could do work in the UFC, whereas Yizha, I see him more as one of those guys that are like, holding on by a fucking thread. They lose 2 in a row, they win 1. They lose 2. You know what I'm saying? Like a
I think
journeyman.
Santos. I think he finishes him by knockout. I like the Santos KO here. I think he's gonna be I don't think Yizha has he been killed before. I think he might have been killed before. I can't remember.
Let's see. Let me look. Yizha's record. I mean, he's got a fuckload of fights. He was knocked out 1 time in the 2nd round. It dates back to 2021 against a guy whose name I won't even attempt to pronounce over in Asia. So I think that Santos could chin him. I think he could sub him too. I like Santos inside distance, I feel like.
Yeah, I think he finishes him, man. Santos is way better. He's better in the striking, and I think he can also wrestle, take him down if he wants to. I've seen him get taken on by Murphy, though. Murphy's a way better wrestler. I feel like more physical out there than this guy's going to be Yizha. And losing that fight to Jung Lee, I mean, that's not even aging well anymore. I mean, Jung Lee just got starched by Hyder Mill. Hyder Mill is the truth.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He looked like an idiot, too, in that fight, the way he was brawling. I think if Santos doesn't take Yizha out, he doesn't knock him out. If he loses this fight, bro, I don't know. I guess he pulled off a lucky debut. Like, it was just a fluke. Maybe Laurel Murphy had fucking fluke.
He's got good wins in other fight, too. I mean, he beat Elwood Brenner, who fights at 155 now, and it's not bad. Yeah, he's also knocked out a couple of guys out there that are headed to the UFC soon, I feel like, on Contender Series.
Barboza's
pretty good.
Better win.
I think he wins this fight. I'm pretty confident in him.
Minus 250, Gabriel Santos, Yizha.
I think the time off is also good for him too. The year off that he's taking, I think that's good for him. I'm forgetting he was actually not looking terrible in that fight.
With Onama. He won the
Onama fight, yeah.
And Onama's scary, bro. Onama's heavy-handed, bro.
Onama could be fighting at 155. Onama could be fighting 155.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're at a solid point. I think it's going to be good. I think Santos picks his shots well, probably finds the kill. We'll go Santos to win. Inside the distance, I like, just in case he does lock up a sub. His jiu-jitsu slick enough. Granted, I actually don't see a line.
The fight doesn't go the distance. What's the inside the distance?
Bro, under 2.5 is plus 125. I don't have inside.
I think that's better. The way Santos fights, I don't think he's going to give this guy respect out there.
No, I don't think either. I think he's going to find a lot of clean punches. I feel like Yizha, another one of those road to UFC cans.
Plus 140 for Santos by inside it. I would take the fight doesn't go the distance. Like, I'm happy I took the fight doesn't go the distance. Under 2.5 from this Shannon Clark fight.
Yeah.
Because it was similar to the Clark fight inside the distance. So I think that's probably better than taking because Santos coming back after a KO loss. You never know how he's gonna bounce back, right? But I think he should be the one finishing ability here. Just goes longer. I still think he wins by decision. He's gonna be able to have bigger moments out there and also wrestle if he needs to. I think he should just keep it on the feet and just knock him out. I think he's gonna knock him out.
I think he'll fuck him up too. I think Yizha is going to look to pressure wrestle. I think Santos' defense is there. I think he finds some big shots, and I think he does damage. So both of us going Santos. We're agreeing on this one. It's a good fight. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Andre Lima versus Felipe dos Santos. My man, I sat on this one for a while. I'm going with Andre Lima as the pick. I just think he's cleaner technically than Dos Santos. He's more accurate with the striking. And I also feel like Dos Santos doesn't have great takedowns. That was something I was really trying to find on Dos Santos, digging back to some of his fights outside of the UFC. I was like, he's not a great wrestler. Like, he'll get taken down. He'll land the takedown. He'll get taken down. He's not a guy that has great top control. And when I'm looking to go against the Lima, I feel like I need somebody that's going to be able to land takedowns on a pretty consistent basis, press him backwards and make him uncomfortable. Santos, sure, could he win a swinging and banging dogfight? Maybe, but I think Lima's a little cleaner. I think there's going to be moments for both, but I am going Lima on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, I was having a hard time with this pick also because Felipe dos Santos puts a lot of pressure on you. He's a high volume striker, and he's pretty tough too, right? We've seen him get dropped in that Manel Cap fight. He took that fight on short notice. Has some big moments out there, but I still think he lost that fight. I think he might have won the third round, maybe. But when he's the one putting pressure on you, he can have success. But he's way too reckless out there, and he takes a lot of chances out there. So he might have the BJJ edge here if he can take his back, maybe. But I think Lima's too composed. He's the way better technical striker. He's gonna have better counters out there. He's gonna have the better leg kicks, body kicks. The only thing I want to see from Andre Lima is the more volume. That's the only thing I want to see from Lima. He's too patient out there sometimes. But I think this is a good matchup for him. This is a guy that's going to be he's going to be beating him in with landing counters on Dos Santos. I like the over. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. I'm pretty confident the over here than taking Andre Lima money line.
Minus
what do you think about the over?
At over 2.5, I know it's chalky, but I think it's going over too. I feel like Lima and Santos both tough customers. I think they both got good chins, both got good jiu-jitsu defense, potentially some grappling exchanges. I think both will be okay on the floor. I got to say, man, Dos Santos looked pretty bad against Alter Mariano, but I will give him an excuse. That was
he got taken out like 11 times, I think, in that fight. It was pretty bad. It was at elevation, though, New Mexico City, right?
So if it's in Mexico City, it's at elevation. Like, we can give him a little benefit of the doubt. But I think Lima pulls through a hard-fought decision. But I like that over call, too. I think you're on to something. Now, as far as props, Lima by decision plus 100. So that's the expected method of victory for him, it seems. Any final notes on this fight, my man?
I think it's going to be a really good fight. I think it's going to be one of the better fights on the card. It's going to be exciting because Dos Santos, he's got that shoot box style, right? So he's going to go for it. He's going to take more chances. He's going to be the one dictating the pace probably. Because Lima, like, I want to see more. Hopefully he makes weight. I mean, I'm kind of worried he might not make weight for this fight, right?
Yeah,
because he came in at 130. So make sure you guys keep an eye on AJ's weighing show.
What if he gasses? This is my one worry. I mentioned this already. Has a hard weight cut, gets down to 126, looks like shit, doesn't fill in right. He's gassed out. Dos Santos then does work late. That's the little bit of the worry I have with Lima, why my confidence is not super high, why I'm not feeling he's the most confident, because he might very well be a full-fledged bantamweight that's just cutting the extra 10 pounds. And, we got a dono. Cully, thank you for the fire and the 2. You're a G, Cully. You're a gangster. What do you think, bro? You get what I'm saying on that?
Yeah, it's like I think it's gonna go over 2.5. I'm just more confident the over than the pick, to be honest with you, AJ. Right. But I think the Santos is gonna be landing more volume out there, but I just think Lima's gonna be ripping those leg kicks. And his takedown defense is solid enough. The Santos might get some takedowns out there because he was taking on Paiva in LFA. Paiva is pretty good, pretty physically strong, has power on the feet. But Lima's a lot better than Paiva, and also he got dropped by Manel Cap, but Manel Cap has power, way better striking than Lima. But I want to see more volume from Lima. Hopefully, he learned from that last fight. That should have been a unanimous decision. That was not a split. No. That was bullshit. So that's the thing about these. If you're laying the chalk on Lima's side, like Johnny the Greek said, laying the chalk. But you might be worried about the volume. I think you're able to get a better line live. Live bet this fight probably the way to go because you're gonna see where the fight goes and. You might be able to get an even money line or under Lima if you like the side.
Yeah, I like it, bro. Listen, Finch and I, I'm calling him Finch. What the hell? That's funny, actually. Him and I both going Lima on this one. Let's keep running. Let's get to the next fight. We have Isaac Dulgarian versus Brendan Marotte. My God, listen, let me tell you something, Pick'em. Is Brendan Marotte even close to UFC level? I don't think so. Watching tape on him, I think he's like a wild brawler, a little sloppy in the stand-up. The hands are low. He comes with pressure, but he doesn't really have elite skill. I know Dulgarian sold against Rodriguez, but he dominated the first round. He's got really high-level grappling. He got tired. He gassed out. But I don't think Marotte survives to that point. I think Dulgarian wins inside of the distance. It's either ground and pound or a submission. He's fucking him up, man. If you're taking out Francis Marshall in one round, you can take out a Marotte.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a smash and grab for Dulgarian here. Marotte, he took that fight at 155 race short notice. McKinney can chin a lot of people out there, but bro, these Newland Cartel guys, they're not really having the best year this year. I don't think they have a single win this year, this camp, right? So they're not really doing well out there. And he's a Newland Cartel guy, right? I mean, Cater lost, India Pacheco lost, Rafan lost. Who else was it? Connor Matthews lost recently. Like, these guys are taking L after L.
Yeah.
This is a good bounce, but I think UFC's giving Dulgarian this matchup so they can get his confidence up. And yeah, Dulgarian's gonna take him down. I think he's gonna get that takedown. Might knock him out on the feet too. I think you can chin him on the feet. He's got some power on the feet. And I'm not really worried about Marette's power. I think you can knock him down and finish him too. He's probably gonna wrestle though, but I think that he can finish him on the feet too. Under
Dulgarian,
1.5.
you know, is under.
Yeah,
Under 1.5 is minus 350, but Dulgarian on the center minus 3,000.
Dulgarian by KO is minus 175s. I like the under than the KO because he might submit him. You never know. Like, but I think he's gonna go for the KO. He likes going for grounded pound.
Yeah,
I know you picked him over. I know you remember you picked him over. What was the name? Marshall, right? Yeah, no, I think you picked him over Marshall. Yeah,
too. Yeah, I've been riding with Dulgarian every one of his fights. I've picked him, even though I was wrong last time. He was my lock actually. I thought that should have been a draw. At the
he was my lock over C-Rod.
Well, we both had the same thing going, but it is what it is, man. Dulgarian in this one, I think he wins inside distance. I think KO's live, submission live too. My thought process is what happens, right? If he gets him down and he strangles him and then you're playing KO, you're kicking himself, or if you're on KO.
I'm playing the under 1.5 rounds. I feel better about that.
I like under. I think under's going to come through. So both of us in agreement. Dulgarian for the win.
If he doesn't finish him in the first round, man, like I don't know what Dulgarian. Like if he doesn't finish him at all, he's not that really that dude we think he is. I mean, well, this is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, under 1.5 makes sense. We're both going Dulgarian as a confident pick. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Vince St. Preux versus Ryan Spann. Listen, this is Vince St. Preux's chance to bounce back. He's going to lay Spann out, bro. He's going to catch him with a looping overhand with his eyes closed, and that's it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not picking OSP. I mean, listen, bro, it's Ryan Spann, but Spann should win. I mean,
he should win. I hope he wins, but I'm not really a dude I want to trust. He's on my not bad list. He's been out there for a while.
It's just because he sells. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. OSP, I mean, with Nzechukwu, he ends up pulling off a W. He fights okay. I don't know. OSP is
Kennedy was fighting scared out there. He wasn't really trying to trade because he got chinned by Jacoby, right? So he's like, I think he was worried about getting chinned again. Jacoby, we've seen he's not really that dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I think Spann's slick. I think
Spann probably knocked him out early, but Owen St. Preux, man, even at 42 years, I think it's 42, right? He's 42 years old.
Yeah, about
41 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know if it goes past first round. I mean, like you might be able to get a really good number on Owen St. Preux because he's the guy that has more experience out there. He's the guy that doesn't fall apart in the second, third round. But I think Spann's probably gonna like knock him down and finish him. But I mean, Felipe was able to catch him and like knock him out, right? Even though I think those early stoppages. Yeah. But still, I don't trust Spann, bro. I do not trust Spann. I'm not gonna put $1 on this fight. I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna take a pass.
What about if you do something crazy?
What?
Fight ends. Over 1.5. Does it go over? That's plus 115. It might.
Bro. Too dangerous. I've lost money betting on the under his last 2 fights. An Anthony Smith fight where he almost finished Anthony Smith in the first round. Then he almost finished Bogdan Guska with the submission in the first round. But if you can just survive that first round, man, this guy doesn't have that game. Like he doesn't have a backup plan. Like just kind of falls apart. So I don't really want to bet on a fight like that. Or you're gonna be like betting. You're gonna be worried. You might as well take a dog shot maybe get OSB at plus money in the first round if he you think he's gonna survive and not get killed in the first round.
I like that actually. I'm going with Spann, confident enough, but betting.
I'm going
wise,
Spann,
no.
but not confident. I'm not confident. This dude.
It's just, you got to worry with Spann because he can sell. It's like he should win. He should pull off a W, but unfortunately, with Ryan Spann, you just never know. I'm gonna pick him as is pick him as far as the odds. He's a 3-1 favorite. You play the knockout, it's -150. If he ends up winning a decision, you got +600. Remember, Ryan Spann, he got a split decision over Sam Alvey, bro. So he's not like always looking at that.
Sam Alvey, isn't he fighting in karate combat now? I think he's fighting karate combat. Isn't the champion karate combat now?
Yeah, he's the karate combat champ. I don't know. That the level over there is not UFC. I mean, come on. That's it's different. I think Ryan Spann should win, as do you, but betting wise, you're betting on two guys that you're playing with fire with. I mean, OSP is awkward as hell. He always has been. You know, I've been watching OSP since he fought Antoine Britt way back in the day.
Yeah, he used to be known for that, those submissions back in the day. I mean,
yeah.
What was the submission they used to call him by?
The Von Preux.
The one Preux, yeah, the one Preux.
He's got the Von Preux. Imagine he Von Preux Spann shoots.
I would love to. I don't even care about getting this pick round, bro. Honestly, like I was considering picking OSP, but I'm not gonna pick a guy that's like pushing 42 years old.
Yeah,
but you never know. But Ryan Spann, like he's lost to guys that he shouldn't be losing to. But
if OSP wins, we got to give him a big fight. Him and Anthony Smith. That's the fight.
I think he beats it. Anthony Smith. The striking is horrible.
Dude,
I don't know, man. Anthony Smith is. Isn't he Smith fighting someone right now? Who's he fighting? He's fighting. Petrino. No, he's not. He already fought Petrino.
Who's he fighting? Let me look it up now. I don't know.
Petrino's fighting someone, I think, or I thought he was fighting someone. I can't remember.
Let me see if he's got a fight booked. I thought it was Delidze got his fight booked. He's taking on what's his name? Kevin Holland. Oh, he's fighting. Wow, he's fighting Dom Reyes. He's gonna get his ass.
Dominic Reyes, yeah. Dominic Reyes is gonna chin him.
Yeah,
I had Dominic Reyes with Jacoby, and that was I wasn't crazy confident, but yeah, it's knocked out Jacoby, but yeah, I think he knocks him out. I think he knocks out Smith.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Well, listen, this fight here is our feature prelim. We're in agreement picking Spann, but smart money would be no money on this fight here. Let's jump to our next one. It's our main card opener. If you guys haven't yet, smash the like button. And if you're new, subscribe. We got the special co-host. We got Pick'em MMA. Fill in the big shoes of Mike Finch, and he's doing a great job. And we'll definitely give Pick'em a channel shout out. You guys should sub to him after the show. Let's talk this fight. Rongzhu versus Chris Padilla. I'm going with Rongzhu. I think he's the right Jew in this one. I don't know. I feel like if he loses to Padilla, then damn, you know what? It was just never meant to be. Padilla's got decent wrestling, but even I watched the Long Top fight back. Long Top makes the mistake, gives his back, but he's getting up immediately from these takedowns. Like Padilla gets you down, but he doesn't have great control. Rongzhu, I feel like he's got decent enough grappling defense. I mean, the dude is in his early 20s, and he's somehow got, 30 pro fights? He's got knockout power too. His takedown defense is all right. I don't know, man. He fought Ignacio Bahamondes. He's 1-2 in the UFC. He worked his way back through the road to UFC. I'm going to pick him to beat Padilla, but, it's method of victory wise. I don't know. You could knock him out for sure, but he might end up taking a hard fought decision. Padilla's dangerous. He's got tricky grappling. It's just he's not great with top control. He's a little random with the way he fights. And he got kind of a, big upset against James Lontop, who's primarily just a striker. So I'm going with Rongzhu. What about you?
Yeah, I'm taking Rongzhu too. I think he bounces back here in the UFC. I know he hasn't had the best run in the UFC before, but he lost to Rodrigo Vargas. I mean, that's not the best look, but he was missing weight out there, missed weight for 2 of those UFC fights. And he's only 20 years old back then, right? So he's probably not taking his career as serious as he was back then. I think he's taking his career serious now. Yeah, the guys that he's out there beating in Road to the UFC. I mean, Horiguchi could be fighting at I think he should be fighting at a lower weight class. He's really undersized for the weight class, and he's a pretty good wrestler, but doesn't really have any striking. And I think this is going to be the same type of fight here. Padilla I think he's at the right weight class here. But I like Rongzhu striking more. I think he's going to be a bit better striker out there. He's going to be quicker on the feet, better combinations, nice knees up the middle. Padilla might get a takedown early. If he can't get the submission early, I think Rongzhu's technique only gets better as the fight drags on. So give me Rongzhu. I think he wins. I think he gets it done by decision. I don't know if I see him knocking up Padilla, but he gets pretty tough, man.
Yeah,
Does he
I
knock
agree.
him out later? Unless Padilla gasses, trying to go for a takedown, trying to hold this guy down, can't hold him down. But I think he wins by decision here. I think he probably he's gonna be landing more volume out there. Padilla doesn't really check a lot of leg kicks, so that could be a problem for Padilla too.
Looking at Rongzhu, he's a minus 260 favorite. Padilla at plus 215. If you think it goes over 1.5, it's all the way up at minus 190. That's actually not bad.
1.5. I think it goes over at least over 1.5 rounds.
Yeah,
The
same.
only way it goes under is if Padilla gets a takedown and gets a submission early. That's the only way I see it going under.
Can lightning strike twice though, like what he did with Jan Top?
I don't think on top just made a mistake. He wasn't trying to fight hands.
Yeah,
He kind of rushed to get right back up to his feet, and he just left his neck wide open.
Rongzhu ain't making that mistake. I think Rongzhu for the W. Pick'em and I both on the same side. Rongzhu to win. He's a chalky favorite for sure, but he's been at this a while, and I think he can get a UFC win, man. He's not going to sell again after the damn road to UFC. We'll hope not. We'll see. We're going Rongzhu. Next fight on the card, we got Trevor Peek versus Yanal Ashmouz. This right here is one of the bangers of the night. Listen, I'm going with Trevor Peek to beat Yanal Ashmouz. I feel like I know Trevor Peek's a little bit chaotic and wild brawling style, but we got to recognize something. You've been working with Dwayne Ludwig. His striking's getting a little tighter. He's getting a little cleaner. He's deceptively strong, man. He's got some sneaky wrestling too. And Ashmouz, I know he's got some nice kicks from the outside. And yeah, he got a nice knockout that aged pretty well against Tom Nolan, was it? No, it wasn't Tom Nolan. Chris Duncan, excuse me. No, excuse me, Sam Patterson. Yeah, he knocked out Sam Patterson impressively. Granted, he caught him weird. Sam Patterson shouldn't have been fighting at that weight class.
Yeah.
I think Trevor Peek has a good chance to win. I feel like the guys that give Peek trouble got to have some slick grappling. Chepe Mariscal is good on the ground. Charlie Campbell, relatively good on the ground. Ashmouz's game is more striking based. I think he's going to be in an uncomfortable and competitive brawl with Trevor Peek. And I'm going to say Trevor Peek wins it on the scorecards, bro. Peek gang forever, my man.
Yeah, I'm picking Peek too. I pick Peek every fight. I mean, I'm pretty biased in this pick. I'll be honest right away. I picked him over Charlie Campbell. That was actually a really tough matchup for him. Charlie Campbell is pretty big, and he's a really technical striker. And yeah, he was able to pick him apart. So Peek, he's not technical. We know that already. He's not technical. He doesn't have really full game plan out there. The only time I've ever seen him fight a game plan was Yaya fight, where he just held him in the clinch for like 15 minutes. It was a pretty boring fight.
That sucked.
So I like the activity. I like that he's out there fighting every couple of months, and he's training pretty hard. So he's gonna make improvements out there. I think this is a good matchup for him. He's gonna have a tough time finishing him. I don't think anyone's finishing Peek anytime soon. This guy has a chin on him.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to hit him with something like a wrench or something. Maybe then you might put him down. But even then, I don't think he's gonna go down.
I don't either. And you know what? Ashwood's gas tank, I question too. I think he gets tired late. I think Peek comes on strong late.
Yeah, I think I see that happening, man. Yeah, Ashmouz, I mean, he broke his arm in that last fight, so he's still tough enough. So I don't think Peek finishes him. I don't know. Can he get some ground and pound finish him? I don't think so. I think Ashmouz is pretty good. I think he goes over 2.5 rounds. Peek, I mean, he goes crazy for the KOs, so he's gonna leave a lot of openings. He takes a lot of chances out there. I think he goes over. I think Peek's going to get it done by 28-28. He might have some trouble early. Probably looks good early. Then Peek takes over second, third round.
I agree.
Yeah, give me Peek to win.
Over 2.5 is minus 135. Peek down.
I think it goes over. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds.
I think so too. And I think Peek to win at minus 130. I mean, it's relatively live, but you are playing with fire betting the money line on this one. You like the money line on this one? Or are you more of the?
I haven't bet it yet. I haven't even bet this fight yet because I wanted to. I'm like, bro, I bet him over Charlie Campbell at like plus 200, and he fights for your money. I mean, that's for sure. This guy's gonna go out there and fight for your money.
Yeah,
he's not just gonna give up on himself out there, right? So, but he's not that technical. So I'm just gonna enjoy this fight, man. I'm just gonna watch this fight, enjoy.
Respect it.
It's gonna be a fun fight.
I agree. Both of us going Trevor Peek to win. We're going with the hillbilly banger, the backwoods savage. You know what I'm saying? The backwoods beast, the All-American from Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Represent. And we're going with Trevor Peak to take it home in Jesus' name. Amen to him. Bless Trevor
It's peak week. I mean, it's
Son.
peak week. You can't go against peak week.
You can't go against peak week. It's like Shark Week, but better, bro. Let's go. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Matt Schnell versus Cody Durden. Durden stepping in on real short notice to jump in and take on Schnell.
I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed that Costa couldn't make it. And
I know he was a confident pick. He was a lock.
I had Mike parlays are like kind of dusted now because I had Costa in a couple of, so it is what it is though. But Durden's, I mean, I'm not as confident Durden. I think Durden's gonna have the better wrestling. You're probably better boxing. I like the striking too, but he makes a lot of mistake when he's shooting takedowns over and over and over. So is there a chance that Schnell can catch him in a submission? Probably not, more likely. Probably like I think I'm gonna pick Durden on short notice, but I don't know. Like I was confident Costa because Costa's got power on the feet. He can knock you out. He's got high level BJJ and he's really physically strong. Durden can wrestle for 15 minutes. I mean, he's got a gas tank for days, and he was winning that fight over Bruno Silva, right? He was like clearly dominating that fight, and he got caught with an uppercut. I don't think Schnell has power like that. No, haven't seen him drop anyone out there, so I'm gonna go with Durden. Does he finish him? Can he get a ground and pound? I've seen Schnell just get ground and pound and like go to sleep. I mean, with some of the worst ground and pound I've ever seen. So I'm gonna.
You know what the odds are?
What are the odds?
-300 for Durden.
Damn, bro, that's crazy for Durden.
Holy
but yeah, the way his career is going, I mean, the way Schnell's career is going, like I think Durden should be. Hopefully, he's prepared for this fight because Schnell is pretty tough. You don't put him away. Yeah, remember the similar darts? You fight with similar darts, you can't grapple. I mean, at all. But the guy is pretty tough. He's not gonna give up on himself. But getting KO'd back to back, I mean, that flyweight is not a really good look. So
yeah, I'm gonna pick Durden. We're on Durden in this one. It's just, does he get a finish? Tough. I feel like
he might just wrestle him 15 minutes.
He might just wrestle him up for 15
I'm going to pick
minutes.
the KO. Hopefully he goes for the finish here. He can put him down with his boxing. He's got pretty good boxing too.
What if Schnell slapped him? That'd be pretty crazy. I mean, it's not like he was knocked out long. Bruno Silva knocked him out 6 weeks ago,
bro. It wasn't that long ago. That's the first time he's ever been KO'd, right? And that's the first time he's ever been KO'd. He's been subbed a bunch of times before, I think.
Yeah, that was the first time he's ever been put down. There's the chin break.
-300 line is crazy, though. -300 for Durden. He's been underdog. I bet him over Johnson. Bet him over Hadley as a dog. So he's gonna go out there and like he's got a crazy gas tank.
Yeah.
Snow's got some good striking too. He's not a terrible striker. He had some good moments in the Garcia fight in the first round, but I think Durden's gas tank's gonna be a problem, and then he's gonna be able to wrestle him and maybe get some ground and pound. He's gotta be careful and not just leave his neck out there. Snow's got some triangles and stuff like that, so.
You never know. I mean, they're doing that flyweight. It's not a catchweight fight. I'm not seeing anything about catchweight.
Is it a flyweight? It's got to be.
It's saying flyweight. Yeah, there's no catchweight here. Flyweight fight.
Yeah, Durden should have this one. He should have this one, but the line's kind of crazy though. I'm short notice 3-1. A short notice is kind of steep.
That is kind of steep. But hey, listen, we're going with Durden. I think he should beat Schnell. Schnell's got quick hands. He's slick, but Durden can box too, and Durden can definitely out wrestle him. And I just think that Durden is more primed, man. Matt Schnell, even though there's an age difference, is like only a year.
Yeah, it's not.
I just feel like Schnell is taking so much damage, man. Whereas Durden, I feel like he's starting to come into his own. I'll go Durden, but 3-1 sucks. Are you crazy? 3-1? What the fuck is going on?
What's Schnell by submission? Is the props odd?
I don't have any props available in my face, nah.
Does BetOnline have okay, I see the odds now. Yeah, they don't have any props. The under 2.5 rounds is -185. Damn, I was pretty confident that other fight was going to go under him and Costa, but
dude,
this one,
I was on Costa's one of my most confident picks. I'll tell you right now, he was
he should have been like plus. He should have been what Dulgarian is right now. I feel like
I agree.
Costa should have been what Dulgarian is right now.
Listen, what if Matt Schnell chins him? Fucking Schnell's hands are on fire, catches him with a slick hook.
I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff happen out there. You never know. I mean,
never know. But I think Durden could pull through. Should be a good fight. I think it's Durden's time to shine. Big opportunity, but short notice is worrisome. But both of us agree, Cody Durden to take it home. Let's keep running. Let's get to our featured bout of the night. We have Canada's only hope of any success in fighting, Kyle Nelson versus Steve Garcia. Listen, pick him. I'm going with Steve Garcia to win, but I know you got to represent Canada, right?
No, I'm not picking Canadian here, bro.
No?
I'm on the Garcia hype. I think
Okay.
the hype is real. I think the Garcia is he's a real prospect. He's a contender. I want to see him versus the Eagles soon. I think he's gonna run through Nelson.
Okay.
If you put pressure on Nelson the way Billy Corntillo did and the way Du Ho Choi was doing in that fight, Du Ho Choi should have won that fight.
Yeah.
He's looked pretty good out there. I mean, beating Blake Builder. Blake Builder
Blake's
is
not good.
overrated.
Yeah.
Beat Padilla. I think that's the best one he has. Beating
But
Padilla.
he got touched in that fight a bit, and Padilla's not as powerful.
Yeah, he wasn't throwing a lot of kicks out there. He was just like trying to box with him, and Nelson was the one throwing leg kicks out there. I think Garcia's he's just gonna go for the KO. That's the way he fights, and he's got nasty left hook. He's fought some pretty solid guys out there, so it's not like he's fought Trevor Peak. I mean, not Trevor Peak. I mean, Chepe Mariscal back in. I think it was LFA, but even though I think it was early stoppage, but still he was like rocking Chepe back then.
Impressive.
And
Garcia's
he was like
really powerful, dude. And
Yeah,
he's the only guy from Greg Jackson's doing any good in the UFC. So there's got to be some hope. He's representing the whole team. And let me
Jackson
tell you this.
Wink. Yeah,
Jackson Wink, yeah. I think Kyle Nelson against Bill Algeo, it was an early stoppage. I picked Nelson as a dog deer, so of course I was excited. But let me tell you what I watched. I said, Kyle Nelson gets a little sloppy. And it's not like he's got the chin of steel. He got knocked out by Billy Q in the third round quick. He got caught with a big punch and put down and out. He was finished with. I think Garcia could catch him. If they start brawling, I think Garcia has heavier hands. I think he could find the kill shot. And I'm picking Steve Garcia for a knockout too.
I think it ends pretty early, under 1.5. I think
under 1.5. You think it's quick. You think Garcia?
I think it's gonna be the way Garcia fights, man. He's not gonna he takes a lot of risk out there. I mean, he leaves a lot of openings. So
yeah,
maybe Nelson has a chance of catching him, but more than likely, I think Garcia is gonna be the one getting the KO. And he's on the longest KO streak out there in the UFC right now, right? Like, I don't think anyone has a KO streak as long as Garcia right now.
He's on
any weight class.
Pick him. Shout this guy out real quick.
Shout out for a long time follower champ. Also, my dog of the week is Jessica Andrade. Let's go, Christopher Fur. With Jessica Andrade. I don't agree with you there, but
yeah,
that's bold.
He's got balls.
Ballsy pick. I mean,
balls of steel. What do you think about Steve Garcia's money line? Minus 180. Nelson plus 157, and under 1.5 is minus 180. And then you got Garcia KO minus 140. You can't make no plus money on that.
I think Garcia line is solid, but I'm on the under. Yeah. I like the under.
I think it could be a violent fight.
It's gonna be pretty early fight. I think it's gonna end in the first round.
Can I tell you my worry though? What if Nelson tries to wrestle him up, right?
Yeah, I was talking about that.
He holds on, right? And you look Kyle Nelson's career, he was knocked out in the second round one time. And then the other time he was knocked out in the third round. That time was a ground and pound loss to Diego Ferreira back in 2018. That was in round 2, and that was under 1.5 rounds. But against Billy Q, he was in that third round. So I don't know. I think he gets caught, though. He swings a little wild. He's got decent striking, but he doesn't have as good boxing as Garcia. I think Garcia's
Nelson's got that high guard, right? He keeps that high guard up. So there's going to be shots that are open for Garcia.
And Garcia.
Left hook's going to be, Garcia, I think he's gonna get this one done, man. He's the momentum, like the way he's finishing these guys out there. Like, you don't see that happen at 145. I mean, who else is finishing people like that at 145?
He's a rare breed. I think Steve Garcia wins
people, right? Diego Lopez was finishing some people, but submission, not getting KOs like every time. And he got one KO.
Garcia gets a KO here. Garcia versus Dan Ige could.
Yeah, I want to see that fight, but I'd be worried about that one because Ige has a crimson chin, and he's got power too.
But I'd like it though.
Well,
and you know what?
That would be
big too. Steve Garcia is a big dude. I feel like he's only listed at 6 feet, but I feel like he looks taller than that when he fights.
I think he's pretty big, man. In that Chepe Mariscal fight, he looked huge. I mean, that was young Chepe. I mean, maybe they can run that fight back, right? Would they run that fight back, you think? Chepe versus Garcia?
If Chepe gets a big win, maybe. I mean, I'd be down to see it. But I'll tell you right now, Steve Garcia with the win over Kyle Nelson, I mean, he's in a position to fight like a Calvin Kattar. Like, he could fight somebody that's like a big name at featherweight.
Maybe Barboza versus Garcia, right? Barboza's in the top 15 still.
That would be crazy. I'm down with it. I think Garcia's taking it home too. We're both calling him. We're both going to pick knockout. Expect a violent fight. I like this feature fight of the night a lot.
This is good.
This is good shit. And I'm excited for the next one, bro. We're in agreement. Garcia for the win, and let's keep running. Ladies going after it in our co-main event. We got Jessica Andrade versus Natália Silva. I'm picking Natália Silva. The reason I'm picking her to win, is the fact that she cuts angles really well and moves extremely well. Like, I think Andrade is going to have a hard time chasing her down and catching her with anything substantial. Silva is better from that long distance. I expect her to find pretty clean shots from the outside. And even if they're not stinging shots, it's still point scoring shots. Andrade is going to have a hard time closing distance and throwing big hooks and just finding the chin of Silva. So is Andrade going to potentially look to clinch up and wrestle a bit? I think Silva's work in the clinch is solid. Her grappling game is good too. She's athletic, and like, the footwork hype is real, man. I think the way she moves, the footwork is high level, and Andrade chasing her all night just doesn't seem like a good recipe for success. This is a really shitty comparison, but like Cavalcanti, Josiane Nunes, right? The ability to move versus not. And I just think Natália Silva's ready to go. And Andrade was back at 115. She won 2 in a row. Now she's jumping back up to 25, taking on a hot prospect. I think Natália Silva's taking home a unanimous decision.
Yeah, I'm on Natália. I've been pretty high on her. She's fought every type of style out there. She's fought wrestlers out there, strikers out there. So this is probably I think this is the best opponent she's fighting, the most accomplished opponent she's fighting in the UFC right now. Andrade's former champion. So with a win here, so I think she could get a title shot. What do you think? I think she could get a title shot out there.
She's right in the mix. The thing is, it's a logjam, right? Because Menefiro needs a shot. Shevchenko is fighting fucking Grasso. Rose Namajunas with a win could potentially get in the mix too if she beats Erin Blanchfield. It's an interesting class. I mean, at the very least, Natália Silva could get a massive fight. I feel like with this win here, it could be the winner of Doug Rose and Erin Blanchfield. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart over here.
Karine Silva's also fighting someone, I think. I think she's also got a fight coming up. So there's like a flyweight, women's MMA flyweight.
She's fighting Viviane Araujo, who Natália Silva just beat. Karine Silva's right in the mix too. There's some savages, bro. You know what I'm noticing? The comeback of the Brazilians, bro. Brazilian fighters are back again. Like, remember for a while they were kind of fading off. There wasn't any good Brazilians. Now there's multiple champs. There's a lot of contenders. Fighting Nerds team. Natália Silva, I think, takes out a savage Andrade. And you know what, though? I still want to see Andrade Thug Rose 3. That trilogy needs to happen.
Andrade, I mean, yeah, the way she beat Rose was kind of fluky, though. I mean, but yeah, I think Natália Silva's going to win. I think she's going to win this fight. I'm pretty confident in her. The minus 300 line kind of seems kind of crazy, though, because this is the first former champion she's fighting. Yeah. But I think the styles make fights, and the way Silva, she's not going to be a stationary target out there. The only thing I'm worried about Natália Silva is going to stay from the fence. That's when Andrade can land those hooks, right? Like, that's the only reason he won that fight over Rodriguez. Yeah. And the crazy thing is Rodriguez beat Natália Silva back in the days. But yeah, Natália Silva wasn't experienced back then.
And she was young. She's taken some L's early on, which I kind of think is a good thing. She's gotten experience young. And now at, 27, she's got over 20-something fights. I mean, her experience is pretty good. Yeah. Marina Rodriguez loss is not really a big deal to me either back then. She was 6-4 at the time that she lost that fight.
Yeah, she's on a pretty big win streak right now. And can she knock on Andrade? I mean, I think there's possibilities she could catch her with a head kick or something, but more than likely, I think it goes longer. Just the way Andrade just rushes in with her chin up in there. I mean, I could see like Natália clipping her with something, but I think Andrade's going to be tough enough to just go the distance here.
The odds for the fight: Natália minus 300, Andrade plus 250, and over 1.5 is at minus 300, and over 2.5 is minus 175, and Natália to win by decision is plus 100.
I think it goes a distance. I think Andrade is tough. And Natalia's gonna be. She's fine with just peppering with shots over time. She's not really gonna go for the KO. Like, she's okay with just outclassing you.
Yeah,
this is gonna like that about her. Yeah, she's a pretty safe fighter, sound fighter. So
I think Silva should win. I feel like it just makes sense that she, turns the tide.
Andrade, I mean, she was on a 3-fight lose streak. Now she was. Now she's got 2 wins in a row. I mean, knocking out Durden.
Decision with Marina. She was close with Marina. And the fight before, she beat Durden.
Marina made a lot of mistakes. He kept falling off and giving up takedown control. So it was there's a lot of mistakes that Marina made in that fight. She was piecing up Andrade though.
She was touching her, and I think Silva's going to do well from distance. We're at the small cage too. You think it has a factor in this fight or not?
Natália, she's been fighting in the Apex race. She's fighting in the Apex a couple of times now, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay. She just has to avoid the fence. I mean, just avoid that fence.
Yeah, agreed. Natália Silva to take it home. the pick for Pick'em, the pick for me. We're both on the same side. A lot of agreement between us two. And let's get to our main event of the evening. If you guys have not yet, make sure you smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe it up. And definitely thank Pick'em for coming in and filling in for Finch, man. Listen, Pick'em, you're the guest here. And I'm going to let you break this one down because I want to hear your take on it. But quickly, I'm just going to drop my pick for the people that don't know. I'm going Sean Brady. Pick'em, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Sean Brady's time right now. The striking kind of worries me, man. Burns really dangerous early. He's actually hurt a lot of people out there early, so he's got power. And I think Brady's going to be the better wrestler overall. He's also a lot younger. I mean, at these lighter weight classes, these younger guys are more hungry. Like, they start taking over. And this is a 5-round matchup. Even though Brady's first ever main event, we normally don't see Burns having success later as the fight drags on, right? Like, he has success early. He might clip Brady early, then not finish him. If he can he knock out Brady with one punch? I think Brady has a pretty good chin on him. So, and Brady's striking is okay. I mean, he's actually like, I think he won the first round. Bilal Muhammad. I don't know what the scorecards were, but I watched the fight back. I gave him the first round. But Bilal's pressure was crazy though. Burns, I don't think he's gonna put pressure on him like that. Brady can wrestle also. He can wrestle nonstop. He out-wrestled the Chiesa, who's obviously not as good as Burns, I mean, in the BJJ, but it's a pretty solid BJJ, wrestler, grappler. Hopefully he's been working the striking because I'm kind of worried about the striking a bit early. He's also got a mental coach, I think, that he sees from time to time. So, like, Brady is kind of soya though. Like, if you talk shit about him online, like, he'll block you right away. So,
really?
Yeah.
Damn, he's emotional.
He's blocked a lot of people out there on Instagram.
I didn't know that.
But I'm gonna go Brady. I think he wins this fight.
We're on the same side. This is my thought process. Sean Brady is probably better at wrestling. Yes, Burns has got high-level jiu-jitsu, but Brady's good with the no-gi jiu-jitsu. He beat Craig Jones by a decision. I know there was no legs in that fight. It was a weird. Craig
Jones is really good.
Yeah, but still, the fact that he was able to go in and not get tapped, I think, was impressive. But regardless of that, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady. Yes, Sean Brady was overwhelmed, but it was a standing TKO. He wasn't knocked out. I think it was early.
It was early. It was early stoppage for sure.
Man, they rushed him out. Yeah, he got touched, but he could have survived. Not saying he would have won the fight. Bilal probably beats him, but to stop that fight like that was strange. I feel like Sean Brady's gotten better than that point, and my God. When I look at what Brady did with Gastelum, Danny, he made him look like he never wrestled a day in his life.
I picked Gastelum there. I like Gastelum was gonna go out there and maybe clip him on the feet.
Remember. Did I pick Gastelum? I might have. I don't remember, to be honest. I have to go back and find my pick. This fight here, I think Burns is a little bit past his prime, man. I know he's got power in his hands, but I feel like Brady is okay on the feet. I think he can pressure. I think he can wrestle. I mean, this is like what we saw, Baraiho and Cannonier, right? It could be competitive, but it's just the passing of the torch. I think it's now Sean Brady's time to work towards the elite. Gilbert Burns, past that.
Do you think he's going to finish him, though? Like, you see Brady finishing him?
It would be crazy. If he finishes, Gilbert Burns would be crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to finish him. I think he's just going to out-wrestle him, out-control him.
I respect your opinion, MMA Vulture. I see you in the chat, bro. He's going Burns on that one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people in the underdog. I mean, this is the best guy that Brady's fighting other than Bilal Muhammad. So,
facts.
I guess.
And Burns went 5 rounds with Bilal. He lost, but he still went 5. We'll see what Burns got left in the tank, but I do think Sean Brady's relatively.
Also, good. Burns is talking about retirement right now. If you watch his interviews, he's been saying he's only got a couple more fights left, like one or two more. So he's already thinking about retirement.
Brady's thinking about a world title. He's
I like Burns though. Burns is probably one of the most chill dudes out there in the UFC right now. He's not like his brother. He's not a quitter like his brother.
I don't know how they're related. Are they actually related, or is that a joke? I mean, I don't know.
Blood brothers, and they look the same. I mean, so
yeah, they gotta be. The heart is completely different though. There's no heart in fucking Herbert Burns. He quits every time. He's a shame.
Yeah, I was hoping he was gonna quit in the second round, but it's like. That was disappointing. I played second on for Jenkins.
Damn.
Then he quit in the third round.
He showed more heart than normal, bro. Yeah. He let you down. He should have quit, bro. You would have liked him more.
I was pretty pissed. But yeah. It should be Brady. I think Brady can you might be able to get a better line live. I think Burns is gonna have success early for sure.
That's fair. Burns is also 38, bro.
Yeah, he's at these lighter weight classes. I mean, we don't see a lot of these guys. I mean, I've only seen Ferreira, right? Ferreira won over Besky, I think, recently at 40 years old or 38. So not a lot of guys are winning at 40 when they're pushing 40.
When you're pushing 40, things start to change. And I think Sean Brady's a pretty primed athlete who's got good abilities, good grappling, good control, and I think a good enough skill set to win. Now, as far as the betting lines for the fight, currently Sean Brady is minus 175. Gilbert Burns is plus 150. I'm going to pick Brady to pull through. I think we are going over 2.5, which is minus 300.
Yeah, I think over 3.5 rounds. You think it goes over 2.5 or 3.5 rounds?
I think I like over 2.5 better at minus 300. I'd rather lay more down on it because I mean it probably goes over 3.5, but playing it into the fourth. What if Brady's tired late? Burns hits him with a big overhand, locks up a sub or something crazy.
I think it goes
Brady
over
have a chance to finish though? I can't really see it.
Maybe late ground and pound, maybe, but I don't really see it. I haven't really seen him throw a lot of ground and pound out there.
No, he's currently more of a control based fighter, and shit, it's gonna be hard. Let me kill this mosquito. It's gonna be hard to control Gilbert Burns on the floor, but I think Brady can win a competitive one. We'll see what happens, man. Does Brady show significant improvement and take out an OG? And how much does Burns have left in the tank? He's talking retirement. He's 38. There's some relative concerns, man.
Yeah, this card is actually pretty decent, bro. I rate this card like 8 out of 10 for a fight night card. And Apex, like Dana Dungeon, so it should be a good card. Dana Dungeon.
It's a good Dana Dungeon card. Now let me ask you this, Pick'em. Do you have a parlay that you want to drop today? Because we can do it.
Yeah, I'll do parlay right now.
Time?
I mean,
we'll do it in a second. Don't give it to me. Don't give it yet.
All right.
We gotta bring it up. All right, we're gonna do it. A little parlay with Pick'em. Let's jump into it.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time.
Open up your wallets and let's bet on some face fights.
Pick'em's doing it like, you know, when you don't know all the words.
Yeah, I'm just trying to read it from USLC Dodge.
That's funny as hell. Pick'em, I'm gonna let you drop a parlay that you like. I want to hear what you got.
Let's go. I like Petroski. I like the over 2.5 rounds, and I like Gabriel Santos too. I like the over 2.5 rounds in that. Yeah, Petroski, Santos, and the over 2.5 rounds in that. Lima and Dos Santos plus 170.
I like that. I was just gonna go Petroski Santos, which maybe
that's solid too.
What's that sitting at right now?
Minus 110 for the Petroski and Santos. That's
solid.
That.
Costa would have been in him too if he was still fighting
Costa.
on the card, but fuck. Unfortunately, he falls out. Guys, you know what? I need to quickly do this. We got to drop Pick'em's link. If you guys haven't subscribed to Pick'em, he's a good man. He's got a good channel. He's going to be filling in for Mike Finch even next week. We're bringing him on. Finch is
when is Mike Finch coming back?
He's coming back not for the week after the Noche UFC card. So you're in for the pay-per-view.
Good to Mike Finch, man. He's out there having a good time in Paris, right? Is he in Paris right now? I think Paris, right?
He's in Paris right now, yeah. So he's with the French, you know what I'm saying? He's over at the Eiffel Tower. I don't know. He's eating fucking croissants and shit. So I'm glad. I hope he's enjoying it. But I'm enjoying breaking fights down right here. And I'm glad we had Pick'em come through and fill in the big shoes. I think you did a great job, Pick'em. I really did.
Make sure we need those Mike Finch emojis, man. I've been asking for those emojis for the longest time.
I'll do a Mike Finch emoji. I think I might have to get an emoji of you making a funny face at some point and put that in there.
That'd be fucking cool, dude.
Hey, let's go. Pick'em, you're a walking W. I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate letting me on, bro.
Of course. Subscribe to Pick'em. We got the link in the description of Pick'em. We got the link in the live chat. Give him a subscription. He deserves it. The dude's doing content every freaking day. He deserves some love. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And if you're new, subscribe it up and turn those post notifications on. You don't want to miss a thing. Tomorrow, which actually now it's today, this week's Best MMA Bets and a live stream Q&A. Pick'em, any final words to send off to the people?
It was a great breakdown of fights. I mean, so it was a fun stream. Let's go.
Thank you, Pick'em. Thank you, guys. We're signing off. Good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.